welcome to Tutorati. I am Nayanika and we'll be studying letter writing. So students, as you might remember, in the last class we had done formal letters, right? We had talked about the format of the formal letter, how to develop the address, how to develop the subject, the main body and everything. Today we'll be talking about informal letters, alright, which are friendly letters. So let us look at it. So basically, a formal letter is written for official purposes and the informal letter is for unofficial purposes, right? These are unofficial or friendly letters. Now what do we mean by friendly letters? We cannot write a friendly letter to the editor or a municipal commissioner. They are not our friends, right? So friendly letter हम किसको लिखते हैं? They are definitely written to parents, family members, friends, relatives, etc. Anybody you share a personal relation with. Alright. Now, the length should be 1.5 side of the page. Because this is a friendly letter, you will obviously not be very brief and very concise, okay, very to the point. When we talk to our friends, our relatives, we most probably deviate from the topic sometimes, okay. So this has to be 1.5 side of the page. 3 to 4 paragraphs are expected. Now in a formal letter there were only 3 paragraphs: introduction, main body and conclusion. However, in the informal letter you can move on to 4 paragraphs. Alright. Here also there are basic 3 paragraphs where you talk about the introduction, main body and the conclusion. You can add a 4th paragraph where you deviate from the topic, and that paragraph needs to be very short. Alright. The 5th point is the distinct demarcation between a formal letter and an informal letter. The to address is not required. Students, if you remember, in the formal letter we started with the from address, then came the date, then the to address, subject, salutation, main body, subscription. As opposed in the informal letter, the to address, the receiver's address, okay, जो आपका लेटर पढ़ने वाले हैं उनका एड्रेस इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. Alright, in the format, alright, in the page where you write the letter, there it is not required. Alright, the subject is also not required in this format because you are writing to your people, your friends, your family members, your relatives. That is why there is no need for the subject to be mentioned कि हम किस बारे में लिख रहे हैं. They can take all the time and they can read your letter, right? In the formal letter, the subject needs to be mentioned because it is for an official purpose. The editor or the mayor needs to know ये letter हमको किसने लिखा और क्यों लिखा. Alright. In the unofficial letters, in the informal letters, कि मैंने letter क्यों लिखा, that doesn't have to be very precise. Alright. Now, let us look at the alignment of the letter. Of course, the alignment of the formal letter also has to be left-sided. Alright, we'll begin with the from address, the sender's address. Means आप letter लिख रहे हो तो अपना खुद का address. The from address, the date on which I am writing the letter. Then directly we move on to the solution. Students, please notice here the to address and the subject is not written. These are the two differences in format of formal letter and the informal letter. There is no to address and no subject. You directly move on to the salutation. After the salutation, you write the main content and then you move on to subscription and your imaginary name. Students, please remember, in the informal letter as well, you do not write your name, you do not write your friend's name, also you do not think of any imaginary name. Just use the name which is given to you in the question. That's it. Alright. Now let us see how to develop the informal letter. Alright. Let's see. The example is, write a letter advising your younger brother or sister to avoid eating junk food. Alright. Now, this is an advice you are giving to your younger brother or sister. So, definitely it is an informal letter. Now, if this is your page, how will you start? So, same like the formal letter, everything should begin on the left side margin. Everything. Alright. So we'll start with the from address. 9 Mani Bhuvan, Garodia Nagar, Ghatkopar West, Mumbai 400077. Alright. Now, you might be thinking that is there any difference between what to write in the formal letters address and what to write in the informal letters address? No, students. In the formal letter, like I told you, it only comprises of 3 lines unless a landmark is included. Same goes for the address in the informal letter. It should be only 3 lines unless a landmark is included. Here the landmark is Ghatkopar West. Alright. Unless you use a landmark, the address has to be 3 lines. Also, what is supposed to be written in the address, that is also prescribed. Alright. Flat number, building name. As I told you in the formal letter, same here. This is the flat number, this is the building name. Second, you either write the street or you write the area. Street and area दोनों नहीं लिखना है आपको. You either write the street or the area. Here the area is written Garodia Nagar. Alright. Third line, the landmark, and the last line, Mumbai-400077. The city and the pin code. In the informal letter also you follow the same pattern. Address is supposed to be 3 lines. First line is flat number and building name. Second line is area or street. Last line is city and pin code. If you want to use a landmark, then you add it just before the line of city and pin code. Okay, children? Next, we move on to the date. Now, as in the same as the formal letter, the date has to be in the prescribed format. Alright, the prescribed format is date, month and year, as you can see here. Now, the complete thing has to be written 4th March, 2015. As I told you, please do not write abbreviations for months. Alright, and also do not write the year in the short form. Okay, then the to and the subject is not required. As I already told you, in the formal letter, after this you used to write the to address, then you used to write the subject. In the informal letter, this is not at all required. So we skip that and directly move on to salutation. Now for the salutation, as I told you, in the formal address, what salutation did you use? You used to write respected sir or respected madam if you wrote to someone of authority in your school, and for other purposes it was just sir or madam. Alright. In the informal letter, you are going to use the salutation dear for everyone. Okay. Dear whatever. If you are writing to your father, it is dear father. If you are writing to your mother, it is dear mother, brother, sister, grandparents, for family members. If you are writing to your friends, alright, it is dear Anna, dear Ryan, for anyone. Okay. So in this one we have used dear Siddharth. Please remember, this name should also come from the question. You are not going to write your friend's name or your brother's name or your sister's name or your parent's name over here. Please do not do that. This name will be given to you in the question. In the formal letter, okay, the sender's name will be given. In the informal letter, the sender's name will also be given. The receiver's name will also be given. Alright, use those names only. Alright, so this is the salutation. Please do not forget to put a comma after the salutation. Next, how to write the first paragraph. We'll move on to that. As in the formal letter, you used to write 3 paragraphs: introduction, main body and conclusion. Here also we will write introduction, main body and conclusion. If you want to talk about something else as well, in addition to whatever you are writing, you might write a 4th paragraph, which should be very, very brief. Okay. Now let us see what to write in the first paragraph. So what was our question? You have to write a letter to your younger brother or sister advising them not to eat junk food, right? So in the first paragraph, you need to introduce the topic. One fine day, suddenly out of the blue, you can't write, dear Siddharth, mother was very worried about you, stop eating junk food. No. Okay, you first have to introduce the topic. What exactly are you talking about? Why are you talking about it? Alright. So let's see how to introduce the topic. Dear Siddharth, I am sorry for not having written to you for quite some time. I was busy preparing for my exams. See, this is how you start the letter. You can't just write, Dear Siddharth, please stop eating junk food. No. First, you give a brief introduction about what you were doing. I'm sorry for not having written to you. You were busy preparing for your exams. Then you come to the topic slowly. I was reading an interesting article in the paper about unhealthy eating habits prevailing amongst teenagers, and you came to my mind. So see, this line indicates that how did you think of writing a letter to him regarding junk food? Okay, that's what I told you. One fine day out of the blue, suddenly you won't write an advice to your younger brother or sister. You have to introduce, or you have to write to them telling them how you thought of this. So I was reading an interesting article and you came to my mind. See how well they introduced the topic. See, avoid eating junk food, they phrased it as unhealthy eating habits. Okay, then what do we need to write? The second paragraph, which is the main body. The main body is the main purpose of the letter. Here you have just introduced why you are writing this letter. Now, what are we talking about? We are just advising them not to use junk food. Do you obey your parents? Are you more likely to obey your parents if they tell you do not eat junk food, or are you more likely to obey them if they tell you, if they explain to you why you are not supposed to use junk food? Obviously, students, in the second case you will be more convinced. Alright. Similarly, if you tell your younger brother or sister that don't eat junk food, the person may or might not obey you, right? But if you explain to them the reason why they are not supposed to eat junk food, they might be more convinced. Alright, so we'll talk about the reason. So give details of the topic and don't deviate from the topic in this paragraph. The second paragraph should be solely kept for whatever you are talking about, whatever the question is. Okay. So first we'll give the details of the topic. Let's see. Siddharth, mother was telling me a few days back that your indulgence in junk food is on the rise. You refuse to eat healthy food. Remember, what seems to be tasty for your tongue is absolutely harmful to your system. A high-fat diet can disrupt the body's internal clock and cause behavioral changes too. You must eat baked or grilled food that mother makes instead of deep-fried stuff. Okay, now see, this is what you are explaining to your younger brother or sister, the reason why he or she is not supposed to eat junk food. As I told you, if you had directly written that Siddharth, mother was telling me that you refuse to eat healthy food, however, I would advise you to listen to your mother, then why would Siddharth listen? Alright, you have to make Siddharth understand that junk food खाने का नतीजा क्या होता है. Alright, only then he will be convinced. So this is how you explain. Then you advise him. First you will explain, na? See, you have explained here. A high fat diet can disrupt the body's internal clock and cause behavioral changes. Okay. Then you tell him, consume lots of fruits and vegetables and pulses. Then with increasing stress levels due to studies, don't you think that you should indulge in a balanced diet? Haven't you heard health is wealth? Alright. So when you write the main body, first tell him that उसके actions का नतीजा क्या होगा, and then you advise him. Then he will or she will be more likely to understand. Okay. Now, this is the second paragraph. Before writing the conclusion, if you want to add another paragraph talking about some other thing, like if you can ask how are your grandparents, how is your aunt, how is your uncle, okay. If you want to inquire about some other things, you can write a short 2 to 3 lines on that, okay. If not, just end here and move on to the conclusion. Now, how to develop the conclusion? Let's see. Please do not ignore what I have shared with you. Mother was worried about you. Like you remember in the formal letter, why do we write the conclusion? Because we expect some action to be taken. याद है, in the conclusion we used to write, I expect the authority to take attention, to take concerned action, right? So in the informal letter also, you will write what you expect from him. आपने उसको advice दे दिया. Now what you want him to do or what you want her to do, you will write there. Please do not ignore what I have shared with you. Mother is worried about you. Take care of yourself. Bye. Alright, this is how you end it. However, if you want to write something else which deviates from the topic, you can include a paragraph just before this, which should be very brief, not more than 2 to 3 lines. Okay. Next, lastly, we move on to the subscription. In the official letters or the formal letters, your subscription was yours truly, yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours obediently. However, in the informal letter, you do not use truly, faithfully, sincerely, obediently. Okay. What you need to use, we'll see. So, you can either write yours lovingly or you can write your loving brother. In the first one, yours lovingly, after lovingly you don't add anything. You just write yours lovingly, comma, XYZ. Now, XYZ is my name. This will also be given in the question. Please do not think of anything imaginary. Or if you want to specify the relation you have with that person, you can write your loving brother, your loving sister, your loving daughter, your loving son, your loving mother, whatever it is. Okay, if you want to specify the relation. If you don't want to be specific about the relation, you just write yours lovingly, XYZ. In the first one, remember, please do not write yours lovingly sister, yours lovingly brother. No. If you use the word lovingly, it has to be ended there and you just write the name given to you. If you want to specify the relation, then you write your loving brother or your loving sister, then XYZ. Okay. So, this is what you learnt in the informal letter. Please remember the two differences, the two major differences between formal and informal. In the formal letter, it is from address, date, to address, subject, salutation, body, conclusion. However, in the informal letter, it is from address, date, salutation. You do not write the to address and the subject. Please remember that, students. So students, this was all about informal letters. I hope you have understood it. It would be amazing if you could like, share and subscribe the video. Thank you.